Morning, afternoon, evening from wherever you're watching. You're welcome back once again to the Making Maths Class, a channel solely dedicated to demystifying mathematics, making complex things, problems look easy. Alright, today we'll be looking at what we call arithmetic progression. When we talk about arithmetic progression, what do we mean? Arithmetic progression is a type of sequence in which the terms in that sequence, they are either increasing or decreasing by a constant term, by adding or subtracting a constant term. A sequence basically is an arrangement of numbers according to some specified rules. I can, for example, one common sequence we know: 1 2 3 4, like our counting of 1 2 3, which we all learned in our primary school days. This is an example of a sequence. Something is happening. These numbers were arranged according to specified rule. And what's that rule? Each term of the sequence is gotten by adding 1 to obtain the next one. If I add 1 to 1, I get 2. If I add 1 to 2, I get 3. That's an example of a sequence. And this type of sequence also falls under the arithmetic sequence. So what we have here is increasing by adding 1. If I'm going back 5, if I want to get the previous one, I subtract 1. So that is a sequence for you. So an arithmetic progression is a linear sequence in which each of the terms increase or decrease by adding a constant, and that constant is what we call the common difference. So for example, I have an arithmetic progression 5 11, let's say this 17, let's say this is 23. Okay, so this is an example of an arithmetic progression. This number are increasing 5. That's the first term. The first term of an arithmetic progression is denoted by A. These are the symbols we use when we talk about arithmetic progression. This signifies the first term. So in this one now, the first term there is 5. In this previous one we looked at, the first term there is 1. So the first term is denoted by A. Now our D, the common difference. This is the common difference. Common difference is denoted by our D. That's the common difference. And what do we mean? For us to get the common difference, that's the constant we are talking about. The constant we are adding to get the subsequent term. Now, for us to do it, this is the first term of the AP. This is the second term. This is the third term. So the common difference is gotten by subtracting the second term from the first term. And here, our second term, our common difference, is gotten by this second term minus this, or the third term minus this, or fourth minus this. So this is 11 minus 5, which is 6. That means the common difference here, or the constant that is being added, is 6. Now the formula for finding the nth term of an arithmetic progression is given by this: A plus n minus 1 d. So with this formula, I can use it to find the 100th term, the 1 million term, any term. So far I have a grasp of this formula. Tn is equals to the n term is given by A plus n minus 1d. If in this place 1 2 3 4 terms here, if I'm asked to look for, let's say, the 20th term of this progression, of this arithmetic progression, I don't have to be adding 6 and 6 up to the 20th place where it should be. I will use the formula. Once I have a grasp of the first term, which is my A, 5, I have my n, which is the 20th term. You put 20 here, and the common difference you subtract. You can use it to find the nth term or the 20th term of this progression. All right, let's look at this example. It says, this question says, find the 10th term, the 15th term, the 100th term, the nth term of this AP. That's our 5, our 10, 15, 20. This is the arithmetic progression. So how do we do? The first thing we need to identify, we identify our first term. So solution, our first term. The first term is the first number in the progression, which is in this place 5. That's the first number that was given. So our a is equals to 5. Now our common difference, you can even use fourth minus third or this minus this. So we'll get our difference. Anyone would like, let's use third minus second. That's 15 minus 10, which is give us 5. So that's our common difference. Same as the first term anyway, that's a coincidence. Okay, it doesn't mean that that happens all the time. Okay, the common difference and the first term are the same. Now, the next thing, let's look for the 10th term. The number that will be on the 10th position of this progression. So the 10th term, T10, is given by this a plus 10 minus 1d. That's a plus 9d. From the formula, the nth term of a progression, Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1d. So this is our first term is 5. So that's 5 plus 9 times our common difference is 5. That will give us 5 plus 45, which is equals to 50. So the 10th term of this progression is 50. Now let's look at the second one, the 15th term, T15. We still use a plus n minus 1. Our n is 15, so 15 minus 1 is 14. So that's a plus 14d. So which is equals to 5 plus 14 into bracket. Our d is 5. 14 times 5, that's 70. So that's 5 plus 70, which will give us 75. So the 15th term of that AP is 75. The C part asks us to find the 100th term, C100. So this becomes a plus 99d. That's 100 minus 1, that's 99. So this becomes a plus, our a is 5. 5 plus 99 times 5. 99 times 5 will give us 495. So 5 plus 495, that will give us 100. 500. Not 100, 500. 495 plus 5, that's 500. Now the next thing, the last one, is said the nth term of the AP. So the nth term, you already know the nth term is given by a plus n minus 1d, which is equals to our first term here is 5. So that's 5 plus n minus 1. The difference is also 5. So let's expand this bracket. So this becomes 5 times n, 5n. This is 5 plus 5n. 5 times negative 1, that's negative 5. So negative 5 and 5 we cancel out. So we have our 5n. So 5n is the nth term of this particular progression. All right, let's look at the second example, quite a lengthy one that even involves simultaneous equation and solving it. It says the 14th term of an AP is 96. That's the first problem or first statement. Why the 25th term is 173. Find the 19th term, then find the sum of the 13th and 56th terms, then the product of the 6th and 13th term. So let's dive into it. So the first thing, we know that the nth term of an AP is given by our Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1d. That's the first thing. So from this place, we are told that the 14th term, let's say T14, is equals to a plus 13d. That's 14 minus 1. Now, and this we are told is 96. So that means 96 is equals to a plus 13d. It says why the 25th term, T25, is equals to a plus 24d. Now it's giving us 173. That means 173 is equals to a plus 24d. From here, we can use elimination method. You can check out our series on simultaneous equation. let's eliminate a. Subtract, this is equation 1, equation 2. Subtract equation 2 from 1. Let's subtract 96 minus this, that will give us negative 77. A minus 8, that goes off. 13 minus 24, that will give us what? 11. Negative 11d. So divide both sides by negative 11. Our d will be equals to 7. So the common difference in this arithmetic progression is 7. Now from here we can find the first term by imputing the value of 7 into this equation. Any of them we like, either equation 1 or equation 2. So that becomes, let's impute it, that's 96 is equals to a plus 13 into bracket 7, because that's our common difference. This is 91 plus a 96. So subtract 91 from both sides, so our a will be equals to 96 minus 91, which is equals to 5. So we have gotten our a, the first term of that sequence, which is 5. So we have what we need to find, the 19th term. The 19th term for the first one is the 19th term. So the 19th term, so our a, first solving, our 19th term, that's T19, is equals to a plus 18d. So we already have our first term, which is 5. So we impute it, that's 5 plus 18 into bracket 7 times 7. That will give us 128. T19. Okay, that's 5 plus. So that will give us 130 or 1. Yes, 131. All right, let's look at the second part. The sum of the 13th term and the 56th term. That means let's add them together when we have found it. So our 13th term, T13, is equals to a plus 12d. That's 13 minus 1, that's 12. Then our 56th term will be equals to a plus 55d. Now, our first term from what we got in the earlier question was 5, and our common difference was 7. So this is 5 plus 12 into bracket 7. So this is 5 plus 84. 84 plus 5, that's 89. Now let's go to this. T56 is equals to, the first term is a plus 55. Our first term is 5. 5 plus 55 times 7. This is 385. 385 plus 5. That will give us 390. So therefore our T13 plus our T56 is equals to 89 plus 390, which will give us 479. So 479 is the sum of the 13th and the 56th term. All right, let's look at the last one. It says the product. Product means what you get when you multiply two things. The product of the 6th and the 13th term. So our T6 is given by a plus 5d. A plus 5d. And our 13th term, which we found earlier, is a plus 12d. So the first term, like we saw earlier, was 5. So that's 5 plus 5 into bracket. The common difference was 7. 7. So 7 times 5, 35. 5 plus 35. That will give us 40. Now our T13, which we did earlier in the B part, that's 5 plus 12 times 7. This is 5 plus 84. That's 89. So it says we should multiply these two. So that means our T6 times T13, that's 40 times 89. That will give us 3560. 3560. So that's the product of the 6th term and the 13th term. All right, I hope we have learned in today's class, and I hope you enjoy the arithmetic progression teaching. Okay, like in our usual style, here are some list of take-home fun for you to practice. The first one says find the 10th, 20th, 70th, the nth term of the arithmetic progression 4, 8, 12, 16. And the second one says the 11th term of an AP is negative 31 and the 21st term is negative 71. Find the first term, the common difference, and the last one, the 15th term of the AP. Practice it. Let me know the answers in the comment section. I'll be glad to see that you are progressing in your mathematical journey. This is the Mickey Mouse class. If you are yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about the Mickey Mouse class. Share our videos, like our videos, and if there's any aspect of mathematics you want us to treat, put it in the comment section and we'll attend to it. Till we meet again, keep practicing. Remember, mathematics is fun. Shalom.